do you support Trump?
Abortion.
Okay, what about abortion?
Well, I mean, it intentionally kills a living human being at an early stage of development.
Okay. What is a human being?
I mean, I guess you can just define it as conception, right? A sperm and egg meeting and effectively creating this kind of plethora or possibility of new life.
Okay. Do you think the IVF process is immoral?
Yeah. If it kills, if it has the possibility of killing after, the fertilization has happened, yes, I think it is immoral.
So do you think people should go to jail for serial murder who have discarded multiple zygotes and embryos through the IVF process?
Low key, okay, I got to think about this. I got to think of a good way to answer this, such that I don't sound too crazy. But I think obviously IVF, existing, it does not mean every person involved should go to jail, right? I mean, criminal punishment depends on a plethora of things, intent, knowledge, et cetera, exactly what happened. And I think to do that
They
now,
intended to discard the zygote or embryo. Under your view, that's murder. Under your view, you could essentially say that if that's the interpretation, is that they just didn't interpret it as a person that they're killing, you'd say the same thing for abortion. Then if someone just doesn't think that it's a person they're killing through abortion, they shouldn't go to jail. So then essentially your argument would reduce down to you should stop telling people that abortion is wrong, then less abortions would be wrong.
Not quite. I'm just saying that in the case of criminal punishment, typically when people go to give abortions, right? I'm trying to think of how to phrase this, obviously. But it's I think you're kind of confused. Okay, culpability and moral status are pretty distinct, right? If someone using IVF does not interpret the embryo as a person, that might necessarily affect how blameworthy they are, but that does not change what the embryo is, right? Under my view,
same thing with abortion. So if someone thinks that it's not a person they're killing when they get an abortion, then it wouldn't be wrong, right?
Well, that may explain their mindset, but still, it does not prove that the act is morally okay, regardless. I think legality and morality.
So it's okay. So it should be legally allowed, but it's not morally okay.
I think that there's plenty of instances where legality didn't follow morality, and that is why we need to adjust.
Yeah, that's not answering my question. So are you saying it should be legally allowed, but it's immoral?
Do you agree to that?
No, I'm asking you.
Oh, well, I would say that. Okay, I'm trying to think back to the cases that have happened. Isn't it okay, wait, give me a sec here. It's okay. I would think. Okay, here. Okay, I got it. There are some immoral things that should be legal, right? Because they do not directly violate another person's basic rights.
Yeah, and I'm asking you, do you think IVF is immoral, the process of it? Do you think they're engaging in serial murder? It just should be legal for them to engage in serial murder? Is that your view?
Of course not.
Okay, so it's not murder.
I'm saying that IVF.
It's either not murder or you think it should be illegal. Which one is it?
Oh, it should be illegal. Yeah.
Okay, it should be illegal for people to discard multiple zygotes and embryos. So you think that all the people who have engaged in the IVF process, who have discarded multiple zygotes and embryos, you think that they're serial killers?
Well, firstly, it's not illegal at this point, right?
Yeah, but do you think that they're serial killers?
I think that past a certain point, if they were to do it, it's it's morally wrong.
So are they serial killers?
I mean, sure, yeah, I'll grant that they're serial killers. Yeah.
So based upon your definition, we have now seen a 5x increase, more than 5x increase of the amount of serial killers in the population. Actually, probably 500x. Because, again, everyone who's involved in the IVF process, which is hundreds of thousands of people on a yearly basis.
Okay, I'll put it this way.
And that's multiple per person. So you think that there are 400,000, at least, active serial killers in the U.S.?
Okay. So serial killing is obviously a mental disorder, right? You kill for the joy of killing. Obviously, no one is using an IVF for the joy of killing, but rather because they think it is morally right, because that is something that is...
Wait, so if someone just murders a bunch of people, but they don't find joy in it, they're not a serial killer?
I mean, you get what I'm trying to say here.
No, I don't. That was utterly incoherent.
I think, if I say IVF embryoid destruction is morally wrong, obviously, that...
Wait, do you actually think murdering multiple people, if you don't get joy out of it, somehow means you're not a serial killer?
Okay. I'm trying to think of how to, phrase this,
There is no way to phrase it. It's fucking crazy.
There is a way to phrase it because
No, it's not.
IVF, it's a far
I'm
more,
sorry.
like,
There's no way to phrase this without sounding insane. You know it too. You know it
like
too.
I'm
You
try-
know
I'm
this
generally
makes you
trying to
sound
think
insane.
I'm trying to think, like, an IVF involves different actors, different intentions, different levels of knowledge, right? Like, there's a bunch of nuances to this thing. Like in IVF, it has not yet been made illegal. Like, I feel like there's like, again, a clear line of distinction.
So
between
they're serial killers. It's just legal serial killing.
So right now, yeah, that's what I'm arguing. The
Okay,
government is
so again,
allowing mass
you
murder.
think there are 400,000 active serial killers in the United States
Okay. Yeah.
on a
Sure.
year, just from this year?
Sure. Yeah. They're all terrible people.
All serial killers, they just shouldn't go to jail. So you think serial killers shouldn't go to jail in some circumstances?
Once it's made illegal and they do it, they should go to jail. You know.
Okay, but okay, so then let me ask you this question: do you think slave owners should have gone to jail before slavery was illegal? Like, do you think that you should have put people in prison who were slave owners, or would you say that there should be no retroactive enforcement and all the people that were slave owners shouldn't be held accountable because when they did it, it was legal?
Like, as of currently, like after slavery was
Maybe
abolished.
I'll give you a more an easier example. Okay, in Germany, right? Their law, they designated it as illegal. There was no international law at the time. Should they have been held accountable for crimes against humanity, even though there was no international law at the time indicating that it was illegal for them to engage in that behavior? Oof.
That's a good question.
This is the exact question Charlie Kirk would never be able to answer because Charlie Kirk has a pretty similar perspective to yours, or did. This is the reductio to that position. And exactly the same reductio given to people in the Nuremberg trials.
Okay, I'm trying to think. Man, Charlie Kirk, what a guy, huh? He was crazy. He was crazy. He was just saying some stuff sometimes. Nuremberg was not like, we dislike this later, so we invented a crime and punished them retroactively, right? Like, it was closer to.
It literally is retroactive punishment. It literally is.
Nuremberg was like. It was like some acts are so clearly criminal under existing laws.
No, they didn't. No, the existing laws didn't exist. That's literally what the defense was. The defense was there were no existing international laws at the time, therefore you can't engage in retroactive enforcement. The way that they responded to that was by saying, okay, the first person who specifically was being held accountable for committing murder, right, before it was illegal, should they have not been held accountable for committing murder because of the fact that there wasn't a law when they committed the action? That'd be absurd, right? So that's literally what the argument was against it in the Nuremberg trials. Your argument is akin to exactly what the Nazis were arguing. I'm not trolling.
You're saying since it wasn't legal back then, they should not be punished for it. Okay, I see what you're saying.
That's what your argument is, not mine. If you disagree with retroactive enforcement, you agree with the Nazis' defense in the Nuremberg trials. Seems really crazy now, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
seems
of course,
unhinged, right? So maybe you should just be pro-choice, bro.
I mean, like, I feel like
maybe you should just be pro-choice, bro. You don't have to deal with all these problems if you're just pro-choice, bro.
But I feel like that's got to be like a false dichotomy, right? Like, I believe, like,
well, I mean, yeah, you can believe in retroactive enforcement, but then you're going to say that all these people who are engaging in the IVF process, the 400,000 people who do, they all should go to jail for murder, for serial murder.
Well, okay,
which is crazy.
Wait, okay, look, listen, like, disagreeing with retroactive criminal enforcement does not mean I agree with nothing, right?
It just literally, wait, in this situation, it does. Well, because we're talking about murder, right? So explain to me how your defense would not apply to the Nuremberg trials. Explain to me, because I literally just explained to you how it does apply. So explain to me how you think it doesn't apply.
Well, okay, if you think about this, if they want to think about it that way, right? Like, if the government can criminalize yesterday's legal conduct today, like, and imprison people retroactively, then no one would have any legal security, right?
Okay, so explain to me why you think the Nazis should have been held accountable for crimes against humanity. Because you can use that same argument to say, oh, international law did not exist at the time. So therefore you cannot engage in retroactive enforcement of international law against the Nazis because, again, international law did not exist at that time. Do you realize how insane that is? Do you realize how crazy that is? That's literally the exact same argument the Nazis made. I'm not trolling. Tell me, explain to me how that's not the same argument.
So, right then, I could just agree to saying I should throw them all in jail, who's ever used an IVF. That would then mean,
So
therefore,
you think 400,000 people should go to jail for a serial murderer who engaged in IVF just for wanting to have kids? By the way, there's no way you believe that.
it's also like, wasn't during the there was definitely some form of international law, right? Like treaties, like there was those rules,
There was
right?
not
The Hague
international
Rules.
law
What was
condemning the
the
actions.
Hague Rules?
There was
The
not
general
international law
rules?
making it illegal for the Nazis to engage in the actions they did. That's literally what the defense was in the Nuremberg trials. I recommend you look that up.
Man,
This is where international law around these things was formed.
it's like you also have to think about. I think it's like no exact statute with a modern label does not mean no law at all. Like there was a clear distinction there. No, like
You should just go look this up.
how did they lose that trial? Then?
Hey
They
man,
were,
just go look it up.
all right, can I look it up right now?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll give you time.
All right.
Beauty, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Thank you. We'll see about that one in a second. Trey, thank you for the $1. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. W to the Parker Trucker community. Absolutely. W's for them. Ruben, thank you for the $3. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Good luck with your wisdom teeth extraction recovery. That is definitely something to go through. Caitlin, thank you for the $10. Thank you very much as well. They said I went through IVF and I have one embryo with an abnormal amount of chromosomes, but I don't know what type of trisomy it has. Does it make me a murderer to discard that embryo, which could have fatal trisomy? They'd probably argue that because it is a cellular organism after conception. That would be absurd, though. I can't fathom that we would argue that
Yeah, damn, I
zygotes
lose it.
are
All right, I'm
people.
gonna become pro-choice, man. I'm gonna become pro-choice. I'm gonna argue pro-choice from now on, for real.
Really?
You know what? I realize now that like looking back, being raised in a very, very conservative household, the more I think about it, the more it's like this bigoted like echo chamber that I live in, and like slowly by watching a lot of media, like like by doing my own research, I'm slowly like losing faith in this kind of process of MAGA, of, like republicanism. It's like I
Bro,
realize
I went through the same thing, so I
it's
get
like
you
my
there.
parents, like all these people, they live in like this stupid echo chamber. Like I'll point out a fact and then they'll call me like gay or something and like throw me off. And like
Oh,
I
okay.
think
Well,
this
that's
was
unhinged. That's unhinged. Yeah,
this
that's
was like the last straw I was holding on to. And maybe they're right because abortion is bad, but now looking at it, like that's true. I don't think Kirk could have answered this. Like this is a pretty unanswerable question. Like I think like wow. Why are people actually supporting Trump, man? He's he raped a woman, bro. What is going on? Yeah, okay.
all right, well, I appreciate you coming up.
Yeah, thanks for the
Were they actually a Trump supporter or were they just trolling me? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure. But they very well could have just hit this point of like, oh, I'm not a Trump supporter anymore, but it does seem a little bit too quick for some of those determinations where I'm like, it sounds like they were already on our side and they were just trolling.